Okay, this is lesson 6 in TCL/TK over MySQL. Okay, and we are proceeding with explaining our project in school management software, okay, or application. So it's a database front end anyway, you know. So last time we were talking about adding new subjects to the school. So the school is presenting new subjects, okay, to be taught in their classrooms, and you know, after adding, you need some kind of editing and changes on that data, okay. So this is our form that's used to edit subjects presented in this school. So what will happen is that I'm doing, or I made search conditions, okay, which are the subject ID, okay, and the name and the price and the description, okay. And here in this box, okay, is a list box, okay, where if I search without any condition by pressing the search subject, okay, it will list all the topics taught in this uni or this school. And whenever you click on an item on the list box, which is a subject, you see every time you click there is a new description, which is the corresponding description of every subject taught in this university or this school. So so you can have a combination also of the searches. There is also text validation. It will complain if there is any data entered, okay, or mal-entered. I don't know what's the correct word. Anyway, you got me. And that's all, okay. And you can also, let me see, you can double click and you can find a top level window, okay, that will edit or let you do your changes. And if that subject is taken and is taken by a student, okay, you cannot delete that course, okay. For example, look at this here, the delete subject is button is set as disabled, okay. So only thing that you can do, the only thing that you can do is just change the subject name and the price, okay, and the description, okay. But that ID for that subject, okay, cannot be changed, okay, or cannot be deleted even. That's what I wanted to say. So moving down to the code, okay, we must go down, and I have to warn you that this lesson is going to be very long, okay. So be patient, okay. Or let me collapse the functions. Okay, now I have a search function. I have a function that will show the selected subject description. So when you click, you get this selected subject description, and we've got the update subject. That's when you pop up the subject like this, okay, on top level, and also the delete. This is corresponds to the delete button, okay, inside the top level. And you've got the function that will create you the top level form, okay. Now I have made my window, the root window, which is the dot as usual. Okay, made it as non-resizable. It doesn't have a maximize button here. Okay, and I have made an enter. Okay, over here. I've explained in last lessons. Okay, previous lessons. Okay, and I have here the check buttons. Okay, and you know, from the dot I emerge a check button. So, and it has the subject ID. Okay, and this is the subject ID condition. So I check this variable, which is a global variable, the subject ID condition. It's very much the same code almost for the student and teachers editor. Okay, editor script. So you'll see very much similarity in the explanation. Okay, and the same code. So here I have an entry for subject ID. Okay, and same thing for the subject name. Okay, and this is the subject condition. So this is the subject name over here, for example. This is the text of it, so you find it here. Okay, so if you click here, for example, you'll find it over here. Okay, the ID. So I have also made a binding, okay, between the name and the description. So if you click enter on the name, it will move to the description right away. Now this is just for ease of searching. Okay, the price I added it later. Okay, it wasn't there. Okay, and you've got now this is the price. Okay, same thing. Got the check button, same thing. Okay, and there is also a label which tells you that you have here all of this area, those two lines, the search results and every entry. Okay, the every entry is those two lines are one label. Okay, inside one label. Why? Because what I did is in the text option here over here. Okay, sorry, in the text option over here, I did type search results, then I did a /n. Okay, see, a /n, this one. So this /n means a new line. Whenever you type this, it means a new line. Now I have also, you know, I want to show the squared brackets. Okay, the broken brackets, those. So you know, the square brackets are used to execute other commands within the double quotes, which make you know, two double quotes makes a string. Inside them, if you use square brackets, the things or the words with inside, or the things inside the square brackets are to be executed. But to escape from executing and disallowing execution, I add this slash. Okay, so this slash, okay, the backward slash is made for, oh sorry, it's a forward slash in English terms. Okay, so this I don't know, anyway, this slash is made for escaping the character and making it show, okay, as a normal character. So to display any character, okay, as a normal letter, okay, rather than making it executable, you add the slash. For example, this, you know, this square, this brace, okay, you want to show it, but now, you know, now it's in black color. So this means this is in my, according to my highlighting in my editor. Okay, so this means it is not it's not a character, it's just part of the code. Okay, it's not a normal character that you show up in your application. Okay, it's part of the code. So when I add this slash, it makes the brace look like this curly brace look like a character, a normal character, and it will be displayed on your application. Okay, so you've got anytime you want to escape this character, okay, you add a slash. Even also with the same slash, for example, this can be a one slash, okay, but it must be used with escaping. So you add another slash like this, and it will be not escaped. Okay, I mean it will be escaped. I mean it will be escaped, and it will be displayed as a slash on your application. Okay, just try it now. So I made those slash ends and those slash brackets. Okay, so I can display a new line. So I'm separating the search results on a new line from the a separate line, I mean from the every entry line. Okay, and what I'm saying here to the user that the list box, okay, is listing the subjects in this manner, that the first thing subject ID, then a comma, then subject name, then a comma, semicolon, okay, and a subject price, okay, between semicolons. I made it this way. It's very easy to grab the data from the list box. Okay, it will be better, okay, and easier and faster. Okay, now you see now why, as we and you will deduce that yourself. Okay, now this is my list box. This is its name, dot search results list. Okay, and I gave it a width of 44 and a height of 5 characters. Okay, out of 5 rows. Okay, if you count with me, okay, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are 5 as height for 5 rows. Now moving down, I've made a label which is the selected subject description. Okay, so whenever you click, it will show you the description. Okay, now I did not make a binding. If you'd like, you make it yourself. I did not make a binding, so when you change, as you change using your keyboard up and down, okay, it changes the description. Okay, now we'll move a little bit this one. Okay, next, this is my text widget. Okay, the description text widget. So it's 10 lines with a height with a width of 50 characters. Okay, and what else? I have here the subject search button, and this is its label, search subject, this one, and this is the search subject command. We'll go back to it later, okay, when we finish. And this is the double click over the search result list box. Okay, and this is the key binding, okay, which is a double button press. The button press means the keyboard. Okay, one, the mouse. So the double press of one, the first button of the mouse, which is the left button, the usual everyday button. Okay, not the right, not the middle. Okay, it's just the left one. Okay, so if you double click it, it will open you the top level window, and I'm checking here whether the top level is opened. Okay, if it's opened, you don't do anything, you just stand still, because I did if winfo, okay, which is the window information of the .top. This is the top level window. I've taught it in in the student's lesson. Okay, so the dot top is the top level window, that's its name. So I'm saying whether it exists. If it exists, means that it will show in the number 1, okay, or return the number 1. So if it returns number 1, I just return 0 to the bind command. I'm saying don't do anything. Now I'm calling selected item index in search results. Okay, so I'm getting the index that's to be popped up. Okay, now I'm going to stop with this bind here, and I'll go back to it later. Okay, so you understood that it's very much the same as the student's teacher editing. Okay, and this is also the binding when you click the button, but when you release it. So when you release it, it will be changed. Okay, so it will call the show selected subject description. Okay, and the rest over here is just the code to show or tell the root window where to put its widgets. Okay, now we go to search subject. Now I've made a global variable here called list of descriptions, okay, which is a variable of type list. Okay, and we will save like the corresponding entries of the list box. Okay, or let me explain a different way. Look, you have the entry having an index. Okay, every entry in the list box has an index. Okay, now when I list the data, okay, I'll get the data from the database. Okay, every row, okay, must correspond in the database must correspond to the same row in the list box. So to put the descriptions on a separate widget, you should do or use a list of descriptions variable. Okay, and we will be using this list of descriptions, okay, to be used in the show selected subject description for quick and this show selected subject form too. Okay, for quick access. Okay, now as I said, you've got an index, so it means you've got the same index from the list box. It's the same index or the same row number in the results of your search. Okay, from the SQL. So number 1, row number 1 in the in their SQL records, okay, or the SQL query results is the same number 1 in the list box. Okay, but you notice this is 5, but this has nothing to do with the list box. Okay, this number 5, this is just a value for the subject ID. Okay, now I move to open this and expand it. Now of course I must call the MySQL handler. Okay, I always tell you about it, which is the variable that saves our connection information. Okay, this one, and of course I've used MySQL handler, okay, to change to my database named school. Okay, of course you should write this line as usual, okay, just to be able to use MySQL. Okay, now all of this is the or are the conditions, global variables, which are the widgets variables, okay, the ones we talked about from here. For example, let me take this one. So this is the subject ID condition. So in the first subject, okay, you are using those variables, okay, inside the procedure, okay, so the subject. So that's why I must call it as global, okay. And let me see what else being added. Of course, because the list of descriptions is a global variable, so I must use it also, okay. You know what, I'd rather put it like this. It's better. So I'm just saying here global so you can read it. Okay, it's the same, you can still do that, okay. Now I'm saying that this is all, okay, just get me whatever inside the list box, in the entries, the corresponding entries, okay. And I'm using the string trim, okay, which will get rid of the spaces at the start and the end of your string. So for example, you wrote something like, let me say, a space, then you said A, B, C, okay. Now another space like this. So when it's taken, okay, it reads it all with all the spaces, but when you go through the string trim, okay, after getting the variable through this command, okay, so string trim will get rid of the spaces, okay. And next I'm doing the same for the name and the price and the description. Now I'm saying here that I must also clear the list box so it doesn't add to the older results, okay. So that's why I'm saying delete from the first entry until the last entry, okay. Cool. Now I'm saying now I'm making a string that I will build my search query conditions, okay. And I'm saying that if my checkbox is clicked, okay, this whole line, okay, means if my checkbox is clicked, which is here I have the ID, okay, and I'm saying next if this condition is true, okay, I'm checking the length of the ID. If it's 0, so if it means this means whether the string is empty or not, and also I'm checking whether the ID is a number, okay, using isDigit. And if any of those is wrong, okay, if any of those is wrong, okay, which means any of the commands of the string length or the string isDigit is giving me a 0, it will complain to you, okay, telling you that this is wrong through a text message box, okay. And I'm saying here that set the search condition, okay, now to be first, yes, you have to say a space here because you want to separate your query, okay, from, like, you know, say like this. Let me type it over here. So it will be like select star from, okay, subjects where, okay, by the way, this is not part of the code, so I will comment it. So select star from the subject, okay. Now if you left it like this, okay, until this point, okay, it means you select everything. But because you need the condition, you say where. Okay, now because you can't say where and, okay, and you notice I must always give a space between the words, so that's why I'm making this space over here. So this space is very, very important. And because you can't say where and, later you'll see me writing where true. Okay, because if you said where true, it means the same as select star from subject full stop. Okay, true. And then you add after the word and all your conditions. Okay, so this is how I am adding all the subjects. So set search condition and add subject price search condition. Okay, so this means that get me the older search condition, put it after the price condition. Okay, so in the database you've got subject.price, which is a field inside the database, and I'm saying for the price and check for the price. Okay, the name the ID is the same here, so every time I'm adding up a new condition. And regarding the name, I'm using the subject name. Okay, when it's similar, this means similar to a word, okay, having the letters or inside, or the characters mentioned inside the word name. Okay, so the percent means anything before the value of dollar name, and here also means anything whatever it is, okay, after it. So the percent means anything, okay, and it doesn't matter how long it is, okay, how many characters it is. So it's the same. Okay, now this is my query as I told you. Okay, let me make this minimized. So this is my search query. So until here, this is everything. This is where true, everything is true. So whenever the condition is true, it's true. It does it. Okay, it do it for you. It'll do it for you. So so select star from subject where true. Everything's true until this point. So you want to say true and the search condition. Okay, and as I told you, you must make separation like by spaces over here. Okay, sorry, and I have also separation over here. Okay, just to make your condition. This is my statement or my statement in this condition line. Okay, anyway, so I've got me. Okay, I think so. It will be similar to if you combine all the conditions. It will be. Let me go back to the line where I did write my string. So it will be and, okay, like subject ID dot ID equals whatever here, okay, whatever number here, whatever you took from whatever number here you took from the database, from the entries, okay, and okay, for example, subject dot name, okay, is like, okay, percent, for example, Rani or RA does have those two letters, consecutive letters, and you set like this, okay, and you set like this, okay, and if this is just what you could selected, okay, and order by subject dot id. So this is my how I am building my query. Okay. Okay. Good. Page down. Now, after writing the query, okay, after writing this query, I must execute it. And of course, because I have so many subjects, I don't have one subject. I use the dash list here as an option for the MySQL cell, which is the select. Okay, I'm using a select. If you have an insert or an update, use MySQL MySQL exec instead of MySQL cell. Okay, and by executing the query, okay, which is set here through here, so I'm getting the result into here. Okay, so I'm checking using this if statement. You can just memorize it, okay, or memorize the steps always. Okay, so you build the query, you have a new query, then you get you have to use the execution command MySQL cell or MySQL exec. Okay, get the result and then check whether you have a result. Okay. Okay, if the length of the result, because it's a list, variable of type list. Okay, if the length of this list is 0, then there is nothing. So then don't proceed and don't fill the list box. Okay. Now I start again with my list of descriptions. Okay, with an empty one. Okay, you know this is a variable of type list, so I'm initializing it with an empty list, just like this. So next, as usual, okay, I have to parse this list. Okay, so this is the whole search results list, and for every entry is another row. Okay, for every item in this list, it's another list. Okay, so every time the variable row is a list, so it's a list within a list. Okay, and the first item in the row, which is the first field, okay, at number 0 is the ID. Okay, and you know they've got the same thing for using, of course, using the index command. Okay, I'm getting now the first one, which is the ID. Next one is the name. Then the next is the description. I've got the price, the last thing. Okay, and remember you must start with number 0 over here. Okay, the first one in the row. Now, as I am getting what's inside the row, okay, the list of descriptions, okay, must be updated every time using this way. Okay, so I'm using the insert to give me a new list. Okay, from getting the list of descriptions, which is a list, a variable of type list, and I'm using the list index end. So I'm appending all the time at the end of the list of descriptions the value of the subject description. Okay, so this is what I told you. Every row in the query, okay, will correspond to a line in the list box. Okay, an item in the list box, because directly I'm inserting at the same time. So within the same run of the for each, you are appending a new line in the list box. So both of them are having the same order, okay, or the same organization. Now this is my search results. I must collapse the function, so we'll move to the next function. Now showing the selected subject description. Okay, you know, when I click on one of them, on the one of the list box items, okay, which is this one, using this binding, okay, it will always show the selected subject description. Now I move to it back, and this is how. So because the list description is now global, any change in it, okay, will be used inside the show select subject description. Sorry, you know. So so we've got the dot search results description text, okay, which is the text widget. You are configuring it to have a state of normal, okay, and you're saying that the search results, okay, text description must be cleared, okay, using deletion from the first character, which is 1.0. It's not 1.0 as a decimal number. This is the first character in the first row, okay, the first line, okay. Text widget, by the way, just as a reminder, you should look at it as a normal text editor thing, okay, and until its end. So you're clearing everything, okay. Now next thing is that set selected index, okay. Set the selected index from the list box, okay. So using the current selection, okay, subcommand of the widget dot search results lst, and now I got it, okay. Now next thing is moving this, okay, or using this inside the list of descriptions variable list, okay, or list variable, sorry. So I'm saying here selected index, okay, is the index where I just must grab that value, add that index inside the list of descriptions, okay, and I'm saying I'm using this index command just to get it, okay, and I'm passing the value at that index, okay, the selected description, okay. So this is again the row versus the record, okay, versus the SQL record versus the list box, okay, are the same index or the same row number, okay, same whatever you say it, okay. And then you got search results description text widget is now filled from this at the end, okay, the selected description. Now the end is the start now because I deleted everything using this line, okay, and then I'm saying that this is disabled, so nobody can change in it, okay. So I'm first making it opened, then I close it, okay. Now what I've done is I return the value of the selected description. This is to be used, see, in the selected subject form. So when I double click, I just grab that selected value directly because it's the same thing, same one. So the one that I double clicked on it, okay, I copy its text description into the top level. So when I double click like this, okay, it will copy it right away. Okay, it will copy it right away. Okay, so you don't have to go through writing the same code just for the selection. Okay. Now this is my show selected subject description. Now of course the update and the delete, okay, will be used when I go through the selected subject form. Okay, so this is how I'm taking the data right away, okay, with a quick copy. Okay, so I'm saying like this is my connection handler. Okay, of course it's mentioned outside the procedure paragraph. Okay, the selected subject form procedure paragraph, and the one that I selected, I must first go to the binding of the double click, over here. Okay, now this is again another second time explanation. So I'm saying this is my current selection in the list box, and I'm putting it its index over here, and then I'm trying to see whether this list is empty or not. Okay, the list box is empty or not, because of course when you click you must get something, but you must say that if there's nothing, don't open a top level window, because it will complain. Okay, it makes some kind of empty data, or maybe the TCL interpreter will complain at you. Okay, and now this is my selected search, like the item. Okay, select the item index in the search results list. Okay, and I'm saying get it, so I'm getting that row. For example, if I selected this, okay, the number 6 Linux networking, this is what I selected. If this is number 1 I selected, it will be selected. Okay, and I'm telling the list box to give me that value, the whole line, as a normal string. Okay, and therefore I'm passing the data to the top level window. Okay, because the contents over here are passed to the subject selected form, like the one on the top. Okay, selected subject form, okay, will take the contents at that item index. Okay, now I go back again to our subject selection. Okay, the form, so I'm moving down here, move this. Maybe this is not important anymore. Maybe I should, for example, double click one of them. Yes, there is more, by the way, I will not show you. You can move like this. Okay, now cool. Now I told you it's gonna be a very long lesson. This is not always on top, because this is what I want to show you all the time. And then I say that I have a splitted row, okay, which is the row I selected. Okay, you know, every line, let me say this is not always on top again, because I want to move to it. So you know, you've got every line, okay, is the subject ID, semicolon, subject name, semicolon, subject price. Okay, so this is how I'm splitting the row, using the semicolon. Okay, and the splitting will okay, now going back, sorry, it was the door. So yes, so I've just like moving to splitting the row that I selected. Okay, so I'm using the split command. I'm getting a new list, okay, which is the splitted row. Okay, after splitting I get a new list. Okay, and this list contains the data between the semicolons. Okay, so the first one, okay, is the subject ID, and the next one is the name, the next one is the price. Okay, and I'm using also the trim to get rid of the spaces Okay, and it was intentional to make the spaces between the semicolon, okay, and the value, whatever it is, the ID or the name or the price, okay, just to make it easier to read. Okay, I don't want to make it compact, okay, compacted over each other and packed over each other to be clumsy, you know, I don't know. So this is now I'm asking TCL to make me a new window, so I'm getting this new window, okay, which is named .top, and I'm saying .top is not resizable. It doesn't have a maximize button, okay, and this is what I'm saying. Where I'm saying that the .top's title is editing the subject number, and this is the ID of the selected subject. Okay, so you know, if you want to know what subject it is, you can go to number 6 here, okay, just by going to there. And now this is a geometry, okay, of it, which is like 500 pixels by 300 pixels, okay, height and width, okay, or width or height, doesn't matter, yeah, so width of 500 and height of 300, okay, and that's the resolution of the window. And next I'm building the labels and the entries and the text widgets, okay, the labels and the entries of every item, okay, so this is the subject ID and subject name, subject price, okay, and I'm filling the data as follows, okay, or as follows. This is the .top subject ID label, okay, and this is the entry, okay. Now when you start with it, it's normal, okay. Now later you finish with state read only. So this is how I'm postponing the state. I don't mention that it is state read only, okay, right away. No, I just postpone it using the configure state read only on the front line, okay. So, and also the .top, okay, anything with a .top, okay, dot something, it means that dot something is emerging from the top level window, okay. So this is the entry. I'm making a new entry, okay, and I'm saying that this entry, okay, must be cleared from 0 to the end. By the way, this is not necessary, but I'm just making sure of my code, okay. And then I'm saying that insert, okay, from the first character the subject ID. And the reason why this is not necessary, because you will be using the command destroy when you close the top level, okay. And when I make it read only, it will be opposite to this. So this is normal because you can edit it, look, okay. And when you put it read only, you can't edit it, you can't delete that number, okay. And next I'm saying that I have the label for the subject name, same thing, they were very much the same, okay, just a copy pasting, okay. Now this is where the return from the show selected subject description, okay. And because when I call it, it will tell you that now I selected this, okay. Now I go back to the list global variable, this one, the list of descriptions on the top, okay, and therefore I'm getting from it the selected subject description, okay, and I'm filling it right away over here. Now I have the buttons for the update and the delete. Okay. Okay. And I am putting things inside the top level window, sorry, the widgets, all the widgets of the top level window using these lines. And I'm taking the entries contents, okay, of the ID and the name and the subject, price, and the description, okay, the ones that are inside the top level window, and executing the update subject procedure. Same thing for the delete, but I was just taking here the top level subject ID. Okay. Now, after creating the delete button, I'm using this whole big query. Okay. Which is used to tell whether I can delete that subject or not. Okay. So, because it has been used in a classroom. So later when I go to the classrooms lessons, you'll know what does this really mean. So I'm saying, like, I have a relationship between the classrooms and the students. Okay, in that table I'm recording the student ID versus the classroom ID, and the classroom is the it has a date, okay, in the week, okay, a day in a week, and a time in the week, and the subject and the teacher in that classroom. So it defines the room. Okay, so I'm saying whether this student belongs to this room. Okay, so I'm saying, like, yeah, so this table is the relationship table. So I'm saying whether that there is an and also I want to add that this student classroom, okay, table is the one that I use to record the registrations. Okay, so if I select, okay, a student ID, okay, or select the student IDs from the student classroom, the relationship, and the classroom, okay, and the subject, because this is how the relationship works. You got a student ID, then a classroom ID, okay, which are related. Then you got the relationship between the classroom ID and the classroom sorry. So again, it's a very hard one. You got, this is join. This is very hard join to explain. So I'm saying I have the relationship between the students and the classrooms. Okay. I'm finding the class, whether there's a classroom, okay, that's recorded in the student classroom relationship, okay, and from the classroom I'm saying whether there is a subject that's recorded in that classroom. Okay, so that's how I'm saying where the classroom ID underscore ID, which is the one inside this table, okay, is the same one inside the classroom, inside the classrooms table, okay, and also the classroom subject, okay, is the same one in the is the same subject inside the all subjects, okay, and I'm saying then where that subject ID I'm selecting, okay, is this one. Okay, so therefore I'm saying limit 1. I don't want all the results, I want just one. which is one student ID. So if there's a student who registered this in this classroom holding this subject, I'm going to say no and make it disabled. Okay, so I'm saying if length dollar results greater than 0. Okay, so if there is a result in the result list, okay, and because I want only one list, I'm saying a flat list here. So I'm saying that the top level delete button, okay, must be configured as disabled. Okay, now we go to the update subject and the delete subject. Okay, so I'm passing the ID, the name, the price, and the description, which are taken from the top level window. And here's the rest of the code. Okay, I'm calling the database, taking the trimming, I'm making trims here as usual. Don't want to make any additional spaces, and I'm making it from here till here. Validation, okay, data validation, the entry validation, and I'm saying also over here that this is my query to update. Okay, so I'm saying set in the subject table, okay, the subject name to be this name, okay, and this description to be this description, and the price is this price, okay, where the subject ID is this ID. Okay, and I'm telling the user that this has been updated, and later I'm destroying the top level window, getting rid of it, and I'm updating, and I'm showing the user of the script a new listing, okay, which through it you will see the new update. Okay, it will tell you that this has been updated or not. Okay, same thing for the delete. I'm just taking the ID, okay, and I'm telling it call the database, okay, and then I'm making a yes or no question whether you want to delete, okay, and it will ask you to select or tell you to select yes if you want to delete the subject. So let me show you an example. This has been recorded or registered, so let me check another one, something like the last ones. So this is delete subject button, okay, this has not been registered, so I'm just getting this, and I say really delete. Okay, no, here I'm saying no, okay, and it will tell you you did not select to delete. Okay, so this is how I'm making my decision, okay, using the variable answer, which is returned from the TK message box. Okay, this is the message which is really delete, you know, you saw it. Okay, and this is the switch which I use to decide upon, and I'm saying whether when it's the value is yes, okay, I'm saying set delete query is this, okay, and execute it, and then tell the user it has been deleted, and then destroy and refresh the results, search results, and And by the way, because the search subject will take the current state of my search results, okay, conditions. If anything, like if I say like here 2, okay, it will refresh only 2. If I say 1, it will refresh only 1. So let me tell you, for example, if I say, for example, this one, going here, I say like this is 200 units of money. If I say update, okay, see, it will only tell you the number 1. So if I go back, oh yes, because this is according to the search results. So if I'm saying like the last one was what, okay, go back, no search ID, okay, so it was number 10. If I search again like by number 10 alone, so search, okay, so if I update, like for example to 400, okay, update subject, update, okay, so it will just show you that one, okay. You know, because the search conditions are still saved as they are. So if say I type like this, nothing, it will list everything. And this is no, okay, we did not delete anything, and change the focus to the top level window, okay, and raise it and return 0, so you don't do anything, just quit that function. So that's all about our application, okay, and thanks for bearing with me. Subscribe and comments please.